Hey guys, okay, so I'm here eating pizza because it's lunchtime and setting up this project right here, which I don't know if it's well in the frame, but you have a copy of it in front of your face, hopefully, which is doing an orthographic projection of a desk. So the story is, there's a story, you see, that the designer went shopping online and they found this desk, but it's not something that we can order, so we're going to build it. And so the idea is that I'm going to have you guys draft your interpretation of this desk. We're going to start by doing it as an orthographic projection, which, if you remember, is I need to see the top, I need to see the top, the front, and the side in order to build it, which you know because you've built things before. And it gives you some key measurements. So I'm going to start with the top, which when I look at my piece of paper is 23 and a half inches by 47 and a half inches. So I'm going to get out my rectangle tool and draw the top. By 47.5. Cool. I'm going to rotate that and make it going in the right direction. Okay. When you do it, you'll add details, right? You'll add the framing detail on that top edge, etc. But for our purposes, this is the top view, right? So then I'll have you zoom in and draw a front view, okay? There's a drawer that's in this desk that you don't need to do, right? I just need to see a front view of the desk. So you're going to know that it's the same width as the top of the desk, right? So I just started drawing here and I'll move it down in a second. So I'm going to know that it's 3 foot 11 and a half. That's the same. And then I'm going to use the Y value and I'm going to make a guess about the thickness of it. It looks like it's maybe about an inch thick. So minus 1 inch. Okay. Now I can move that. I can't move that because I have Camtasia open to make this video. I can move that. Let's move it like 3 feet below. Okay, so that would be for the front view. That's the top of the table. Now I know I have like a framing piece that's sitting under that tabletop. You see what it's doing in the pictures? The picture online is a little better than the one on the printout because it's all kind of dark in the printout. So if you go online, you'll see that there's like a frame, almost like a platform frame, right? And it's sort of sitting inside of that edge. We can use math to determine how much difference there is between the overall height, right, and the knee space height. So it's the overall height is 30 inches. The knee space is 25.75 inches, which means you have a difference of 4 1/4 inches, and we took an inch out for the top, so that leaves like 3 1/4 inches. So anything from like 3 1/2, which would be an easy number since a 1x4 would be 3 1/2 inches. That makes sense, I think, for that height. And then you'll also notice that it's inset somewhat. So I would just draw it to be the same width and then change it later. So I'll draw it to be the same width and I'll make it to be minus 3 1/2 inches, and then I'll click here in the center and just adjust my X width so that there's a little bit of an overhang, right? So my X width right now is 3 foot 11 and a half, so maybe let's see what 3 foot 9 looks like, right? So now there's that little bit of an overhang. Then you'll use what you know about lumber, right? So if you used 1x to build that, how thick would the 1x be? Right, 3/4 of an inch. So we'll come over here, we'll draw the vertical, okay, which we know because we know the knee space measurement is 25 1/2 inches or 25 3/4 inches. So let's say 25 1/2 inches. So let's make that maybe 4 inches or maybe 3 1/2 inches, so it matches. It's up to you, right? And then we know it's about 20 minus, because I'm going down from the point, minus 25.5. Okay, move this over. No, but for real. How thick was it? That's right. Okay, so that gets me that leg. I can use my mirror tool, get my other leg, and then the only other thing that I'd see from the front view is this framing piece that's on the back, okay? You see that? It looks like it's maybe 1 inch thick and about, I don't know, 2 inches wide, right? So I would just draw that to match this inside width. You see how I'm using my smart points as guides? Let's make it maybe 2 inches and then move it up, Control M. I don't know, 8 inches. Okay, so that would be now a front view, okay? You get the idea? You see about the side view? This should take you not very long to complete. And once you do, we can start talking about the next phase of this project, which will be to take it from 2D into 3D. So if you finish drafting this in 2D, then we'll move into 3D in the next video. I'm gonna save this with our same naming convention that we've been using, Bartenstein Desk Orthographic. Okay, you'll want to do the same thing that you've done before and export it in the same way that we did for everything else, and label the views then, right, on the drawing label. You'll label it as top, front, and side view, and then I'll show you how to do all of that in 3D. Awesome, see you soon.